Today, we are talking about the top 3 money goals that every woman in business needs, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're inside of an organization. And if you don't know me, I am Alexandra Takeda, and I am a money mindset mentor. I am a coach. I'm an author. I'm a strategist. I am the founder of the Money Mastery Academy and community. And that is a course and a community that has had hundreds of women all across the world go through it. And truly that work is really about clearing money blocks, clearing the fears, clearing the sabotaging behaviors so that you can up-level your income, you can grow your business without having to work harder. And if you want to find out more about that and joining that community with me and the hundreds of women who are in there, who are working on their money mindset, who are doubling, tripling, truly expanding themselves into complete financial freedom, you can go check that out at alexandratakeda.com/money mastery. Okay, so who's ready to dig in? I started this question, or started this conversation out, and I wanted to ask you, or how is your money goal going this year? How is your money goal going this year? And maybe I shouldn't ask that, but because some of you may not have even set a money goal, and you may just be sort of waiting around to see what happens. One of my biggest success tips is to become really, really good at goal setting. And I have clients who are, producing hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue inside of their business. And this is still one of the things that they really struggle with. And it's one of the things that I'm really, really good at helping women do is get clear about what it is that you want, so that we can then craft a plan to go after it. And we can get our money mindset shifted, right? We can flip any of those negative beliefs. We can flip any of those scripts that we need to, so that we can actually be in alignment with what it is that we want, so we can go create it. So there's no perfect way to set goals, right? If you're thinking, I have to set them this way, or I've got to follow this guru's advice, there's no perfect way. You do it how it works for you. But today, I want to share 3 money goals that you really need to have if you're going to keep up-leveling, keep expanding inside of your business, inside of your life, right? Inside of the levels of abundance that you allow yourself to receive. So don't resist it, because goal setting is absolutely free, and it's one of the most powerful manifesting tools you have for really creating the desires and the dreams, right, that are on that vision board that you've been holding on to. And the last thing I want to say here before we get into the goals is that goals are not just for January 1st. You can set goals and then you can reset them throughout the year. In fact, I like to set goals for the year, and then on a quarterly basis, actually go back through the goals, and we evolve them, we reset them, we retarget if we need to, we adjust if we need to, right? And we're getting towards halfway through the year, you guys. And so this is a great time to be really looking at that. We've already finished the first quarter. We're coming into the second quarter. Before you know it, it's going to be summer, right? And we're going to be halfway through. So this is a great time to look at your goals. Let's see. One other thing, I see this as one of the top money blocks and fears that comes up for women and the members of my Money Mastery Academy. It always is something that comes up as a money block, right? Women often resist or struggle to set the goals or to ask for what they want and then to articulate it, right? I see this every time we open up the doors for Money Mastery, right? The new group comes in, and it's really not uncommon for people not to know what they want, and then not to know how to ask for it, right? Or not to feel like they can't have it, right? So maybe I should just ask for it. So I want you to check in and just notice if that's something that's coming up for you. Are you thinking to yourself, can I really ask for this? Will it be too much to ask for, right? Can I really have it all? So if you're noticing yourself saying that, this might be something that, is important for you to work on. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. The first money goal that you are going to need is an income goal. And you guys, this is pretty basic, right? Everybody should know, like, what do they want to hit in terms of their income, right? In terms of all the different revenue streams that are coming in through your business, through your life, right? What is that total number going to equal out to? And because this gives you something to play for, right? If this is the year you're going to crack 6 figures, or this is the year that you're going to go for 7 figures, right? This is going to be the motivation to get there, right? This is what you're going to organize your plan around, right? And here's the deal. You have to get really specific and clear. Like I said, one of the top money blocks that I always see with my money mastery and my money mindset course is, not being clear about goals. Lots of women will say, well, how much money do you want to make this year? I want to make more money. What is more money, right? It is not clear. And when we are not clear about what it is that we want, when we're not asking for specifically what it is that we want, we're sending mixed messages out to the universe, right? And so if you feel like you don't have that clarity, or maybe you're feeling guilty about asking for what you want, or you feel like maybe you have to trade off something in order to achieve that goal, right? That's part of this abundance and money block, right? And really digging into that, right? There's a lot of women who'll say things like, well, I really want to make $500,000, but I'm okay if I only make $300,000, right? The block shows up that way. It's like, if I can't get here, then I'll be okay here. So what do you actually want, right? It's not a clear signal. It's not clear direction, and the universe doesn't know what to give you, right? So let's see. The universe is waiting on your clear direction. So pick a number, right? Pick a number that feels good to you, right? And if last year you only made $10,000, then don't pick $1 million as your goal, because it's going to be too big of a stretch. It's going to be too big of a leap, and you're not going to be able to get your belief set around that, right? So you want to pick a goal that feels maybe like a little bit uncomfortable, like a little bit of a stretch, right? Like, ooh, that's exciting. That's kind of scary, but it's mostly exciting. But it's also really doable, right? And then you're going to be able to then stair step yourself to the next goal, and then to the next goal, and to the next goal, right? Etc. So if you hit $60,000 last year, then yeah, maybe you could hit 85,000. Maybe you could hit 100,000 this year, right? So writing that down and getting clear for yourself. Set an income goal and be really clear about what that number is. So if you haven't done it yet, just write it down. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in some sort of fancy spreadsheet. Just stick it in your journal and know it's yours. And then I want you to take a step further, because the numbers are important, but I also want you to dig into how you're going to feel on the way there, because that's half of the process, you guys, right? What would help you create this reality with ease and flow, right? So many of you are still stuck with that block that, in order to, make money, it requires you to do something really hard in exchange for it, right? Like be under constant pressure, work all the time, all of those things, right? So what support do you need, right? What's going to turn down that pressure valve? What support do you need, whether that's at home or at work, in order for you to make that goal? What do you need to stop doing? Maybe there are things that are on your plate that you just need to completely eliminate off, right? You need to take them off so that you free up capacity to then hit that goal, right? Or maybe there's things that you can simply delegate out or outsource out, right? You can buy time back by hiring staff or allowing somebody else to do that task that may even be better at it than you are. Let's see. The last thing I want to say here that's a really good journal question for you to think about is, who do you need to be in order to achieve that goal? Really think about the woman who's already achieved that goal, who's already hit that income level. How is she operating and what has she invested in, and how does she feel on a day-to-day basis, and how does she connect with her customers, right? The more that you can step into becoming and being her on a daily basis, the more you're actually going to shorten the distance between, that just being sort of an aspirational goal that's way out here and actually a reality for you. All right, so that is our first goal. The second goal that I want to talk about is passive income, right? Having a passive income goal. And this is another goal that brings up a lot of emotion, is this goal passive income, right? How much money would you like to make and add to your bottom line through a passive revenue stream? This is a really phenomenal question, right? Because this is going to be challenging your fear, the sabotaging behaviors that put you in that over-efforting, over-exhaustion, overworking mode, right? Where you feel like you have to work really, really hard and the only way to make more money is to work harder. Passive income is one of those things that just flips that on its side, right? Because everything takes some work, it takes some effort, right, to put anything together. However, passive income is one of those things that once you get the momentum started, it's like the flywheel, right? It starts to gain momentum on its own, right? My business and my life philosophy are about finding ease and flow. And I call this philosophy the path of least resistance. And what the path of least resistance means to me and how I use it as an operating mantra within my business and my life is, how can we make the most amount of money? How can we contribute the most amount of value and take on the least amount of stress? Right? It's a really, really good one. So you might want to write that down for yourself. I'm going to say it again so you can really hear it. How can you make the most amount of money and contribute the most amount of value with the least amount of stress? Sadly, this is not what the world teaches us, right? We live in this hustle culture. We're making money. We're working 24/7. We're constantly being on, feeling pressurized is kind of the norm, right? And it's not really socially acceptable to have making money be fun or easy, right? And not only is it exhausting, but it's burning us out, and it can bring up so much guilt and fear, right? Like, who am I to make money when so many people are struggling for the basics? So this is exactly why breaking through this money block is 100% critical and necessary, because you deserve ease and flow, right? And you are going to be limiting your income. You're going to be limiting your success. You're going to be limiting your progress. And you're going to be limiting the growth of your business unless we can shift this, right? So making money doesn't have to be hard, I promise. So I want you to set a passive income goal, right? Getting back to the goals. It could be monetizing something that you already have into a course. It could be leveraging a book. It could be, digging into more traditional income, passive income streams like investments or real estates, and investments, whether that's private or public, right? All sorts of things like that. So pick a passive income goal for yourself, and then let this be the year that you implement it. Okay, the third goal that I have for you guys, this is the bonus. This is a surprise, so listen in. I want you to set a goal to acclimatize yourself to wealth. And if I had to bet, this is probably the goal that you do not have in your goal kit right now. But seriously, I want you to set a goal to upgrade your abundance, right? The abundance in your experience, because this is really going to make a huge difference in your happiness, your joy factor, all of it, right? And it may sound strange, but I want to break it down for you because it's really, really important. I use the word acclimatizing when it comes to money because at this moment you are acclimatized, right? You are comfortable with a certain amount of money, right? And you are acclimatized to a certain amount of abundance in your experience, right? I had a client just the other day. We made this shift, right? She has a full family of children, a husband, right? They've got 2 cars, and now they have another child driving, right? And so she was getting by with 2 cars, often with a child off with one and her husband off with one, and then she would find herself stranded at the house, right? And she was just kind of like putting up with that, right? Dealing with that, right? And that's probably another abundance block around leaving yourself for last, but it's also part of the shift for that is acclimatizing yourself to more wealth, right? Allowing yourself to be in abundance. And so she made the abundant decision to get another car, right? And allow that third car to be the car that, this one daughter will drive for now, and then the next daughter will drive in another couple years, right? So such a beautiful example of acclimatizing yourself to wealth, right? So what would be an upgrade in your experience right now or over the course of the remainder of this year, right? That when it comes to your personal abundance or in your life or in your business, right? What would really up level that for you? Do you need to buy yourself time back with a house cleaner? Would going on a girls' trip really create a little bit more sense of fun and freedom and really give you like some more spaciousness, right? Do you need a full-time assistant, or is there another critical hire that's inside of your business that could really create that up level for you? Most things are viable experiences, but that doesn't mean that this actually has to be something that's expensive. Maybe you just decide to use the good china or like the beautiful plates that you got for your wedding on a daily basis for your family meals, right? That could be the upgrade. So here's the thing, you guys, my final thoughts. Goals are meant to support you, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. They don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect to set them. And don't think that if you're not perfect, you can't achieve them, right? Because nobody is perfect, right? And it can be so easy, I promise. So I want you to know that it is safe for you to set goals, right? It is safe for you to grow and to expand. It is safe for you to allow yourself to, double your income and not work any harder, right? It's safe for you to ask for what you want. And the thing is, you have to be brave enough to ask for it. So go set those goals. Let me know how it goes, and I'll look forward to your comments.